of your slave trade, which you turned into a very profitable, organized crime system for you that you are still utilizing to this day through your corrupt prison system, where you
Yeah.
victimize young black men and brainwash them so much that they don't even have enough intelligence to put on a fucking belt now. You know, I mean,
Sorry. I
yeah.
gotta go make Callie something to eat, man. She's fucking
Ho-
coming now. I gotta get to her.
You know what? My bad.
Uh,
Go ahead. What
yeah,
was you gonna say?
what you wanna do? You wanna get together later on? You gonna be uploading some new videos or what?
Well, actually, I don't know, man. I was gonna kind of Well, we'll see. I guess I can get back to you because I was doing that right now.
Oh, good, good. I'm waiting on my check, so probably in a day or two we'll hook up and I'll try to get you that cash. Okay.
Are you gonna give me the whole 500 though? I mean, are you
I'm
sure
gonna
that?
try to, yeah. I'm gonna try to give you as much as I can because I want that studio and I want that bike. So, and then whatever else you have in there, like I said, maybe we can ship it out to you. You won't have to come get it.
All right.
So,
Yeah.
yeah.
Well. Okay. Well, like I was saying, I was taping this.
Oh, you were good,
Yeah.
good.
Yeah. So you
Maybe you
know,
don't have to edit it because I was speaking from my heart. I'm sure you haven't edited any of it.
I don't
Anyway.
edit nothing, man. I don't edit anything because I believe that when spirit gets something put down the way it get put down. That's why I don't mind using the profanity. I don't care that people get upset. They say the dude cuss too much. It's
Yeah, that's what
emotion.
I'm saying. Like, they call us Jew, kike, nigga, they go wop, stick, cholo. They got all these names to keep you confused.
Right, but I'm not really confused. What it is that I try my best to be as explaining as possible, and I know that emotions is not surging through the human body just so
No,
you.
no, you and I are not confused. This is like, man, we could go on forever as much as people need to hear. You know,
Right,
it goes on and on.
right.
You know, you can talk. Certain some of these subjects you can just talk about all day, really. I mean, shit.
Well, I think the world crisis is the major, most important topic of events. What's more important than trying to fix your world and save your ecology from
Yeah,
dying?
you can talk about that all day, especially the corruption. And you can get to the solutions after you realize there's so much corruption going on.
Yeah, it's a lot, man.
Yeah, so if it is going to be a great tribulation, then people need to get their mind off material things, because obviously that's what's going to be cut off from you. All this material wealth and material belief. You got to get
Do
back to a natural source of living and a natural source of belief.
what is your
Material shit will get cut off.
yeah? What is your opinion of what the rapture is according to Revelation? The book of, and not even just the book of Revelations, just from your heart. What would you think the whole definition
It's
of?
another, I think it was another way in the 70s or even when it was before when they talked about it. Probably Jehovah's Witnesses could have been some of the first people to talk about it, rapture. It's another way to keep the people in the waiting and believing in the false religion.
That's absolutely right. Now, I believe that
Yeah.
that's profound because that's just what I think. Because the true definition of a rapture is not going to be no people caught up in the sky like that dumbass movie they showed where the UFOs came and was just sucking
Yeah.
people up straight into the sky like that.
Yeah.
Did you see that, man? That movie?
Yeah, they probably got a couple movies like that where you go some grab people, yeah.
Right. But I believe that the rapture is the elevation of consciousness of people.
Yeah.
You-
You're taken away, sure. I know I've been taken away from, it was like the twinkling of an eye. We were all changed when I became conscious. If you can relate, to me it was, one day I understood what Asar was talking about. I was watching the videos and I was getting it and I knew I was elevating, but I didn't really understand. But the day I understood, it was like this. In that one moment, it was like, oh, I know, and everybody else doesn't know. And everybody else was my family, my friends, and all the black people that I thought about. And then the whole world, actually, I was like, oh, wow, now I'm awake. It was like the twinkling of an eye. And we were all changed because I became the new creature. So it was like we were all changed except for me. Because I was the one that had this God knowledge. And I could see everybody else that didn't have it. And that happened in the moment, like the Bible says, in the twinkling of an eye, we should all be changed. That's what it meant to I was like, you didn't even tell me. Now I understand. It was basically the sun is God. That was probably the main part of it. That the sun is actually, conscious, and he's been trying to tap me on the shoulder all this time and let me know that it's him.
Yeah.
No one else.
You know what's funny when you just said that God trying to tap you on the shoulder all the time and let you know it was him and no one else? Man, this house scares the shit out of me. You know that dude? It didn't at first. It didn't scare me at first because I knew that the light orbs, what they were, I knew that it was God. But see, the manifestation is getting so powerful now that it's pathetic, man. It opened doors down. I mean, it just does shit, man. There's something that walks through this house, man. It literally.
You having like a hunting.
I'm telling you, man. It just came out of nowhere, and it is so powerful. This thing is in the room next door. It killed all my weed plants. All the weed plants died. Okay. I swear to you, man. I had to just abort the whole crop. It was doing really, really good, and then they just kept dying. And the leaves were turning brown, and I thought I was over fertilizing or doing something wrong. Then it dawned on me that no, I'm not doing anything wrong. So let me tell you something. Listen to this. I swear this is no lie. I went in there one night and I spoke to a set, and I said, you know what? Something is making these plants die. I said, but I know you're more powerful than that. I said, make these things regenerate themselves. Dude, I went in there 3-4 days later. All of the brown ass, drying up ass leaves, I could see green, beautiful little buds growing, right? So watch this. Okay. I got a real bad spider mite infestation. I could see these buds growing fast as hell. I was like, damn, okay, thank you, guys. So I went in there one day and the spider mites was just so bad. I said, damn, I gotta spray them. So cause they was growing so fast, I couldn't get rid of them. So I sprayed them with this shit. And then I was like, okay, I'm gonna just spray them. Then I'm gonna get this other stuff and wash this soap off real good. And then it's gonna be a wrap. They'll keep growing, they'll keep doing. Problem was, me not having no money and all the problems I have and borderline eviction and light bill so damn high, I just got depressed one day and I said, you know what, fuck this whole crop. I'm just going to abort the whole thing. And I just shut it down because it was just too much combating with spider mites, too much this, too much that. And me working my ass off making these videos plus scrapping all the depression, I just said, fuck it, and I aborted the whole crop. But now watch this. Now that I aborted the crop, turned all those lights off in there, and I keep the door shut. Alright? Now this room, like I told you before, I sleep on the other side of my bedroom. It's open space. There's no unit next door. There's a big parking lot, and I'm on the second floor. The people up under me is not making the noise that I hear. My bedroom that's next door is the empty room that was my grow room. On the other side of that room, my neighbor Jack lived. That's been there since I've lived here, 2 years. So I know his living pattern. He never ever bang, bang, bang like what I'm hearing now, because the room next door, there's my grow room, used to be my room before I moved in this room. When my son moved out of here, I moved into this room. There used to be Mike and Danielle room when I first moved here from LA. So I lived in the room next door that I'm telling you about right now for a whole year, damn near. And I know that these sounds that I hear coming from that room now is not synonymous with the sounds that I'm accustomed to hearing in that room. Now watch, let me break something down to you, homie. When I first moved in this apartment, the first day I moved in here, I was talking to my son and Mike and everybody, and so many people was living here, these young kids, they 19, 20. It was so many people living here, I couldn't really feel the vibrations. But one day they was all gone and I was here by myself, and I seen the shadow move through the hallway. And I was saying, what the fuck? So I thought it was a shadow that followed me from LA, because I always see these things. So I was talking to the girl, Danielle, that used to live here, and I said, you know what? I said, there's something that lives in that hallway. She didn't say anything. She just kept there. She was shaking her head, but she didn't say anything. But I told Mike, too. I said, Mike, there's something that lives in this hallway. And neither one of them said nothing, because they're both white. And you know how white people are. Sometimes they won't, if they don't really know you, they ain't going to open up to you right away, because they might think that you're going to have a bad, this is how they work. This is what I think their reason work, because I couldn't understand why they didn't say anything to corroborate my story. But later down, man, they didn't want to validate it. But later down the line, I kept saying to them, I say, look, man, I'm telling y'all, there's a spirit in this house. And you know what? That motherfucker is draining energy from me. That's what I said to them. And when I said that, Mike looked straight at Danielle. He looked straight at his girlfriend. And when he looked at his girlfriend, Spirit said to me, he said, they know about it. They know that thing is in here. So I said, you guys, why don't Do it ever bug y'all? Do it ever say anything to y'all? Man, you should see how they opened their mouth and started talking, telling me about the shit that they know this thing is in this house.
Damn, what is that?
They both just started spilling. It was like, yeah, I know, because sometimes I get sick and then y'all be feeling it. And oh man, they had a whole bunch of shit to say. But at first they were so skeptical to say anything because people get so scorned.
Bad experiences?
Man, not bad, but just the fact that they know that there is an entity here. That girl she had codes all the time. She was like really, you know what I mean, going through some issues where I know that thing was draining her.
I was there before you moved there, right?
Yes, it was. They lived in this house when I moved in here. I moved in here from when I left LA. I came here privileged to move in this house with them because the guy Mike is a friend of my son. You get what I'm saying? So that was how I got my back door out of LA, because they had a spot ready for me up here.
Right. Okay.
All right. So now when I got here, this spirit, it had so many people to pick from that it could choose its energy source from. And when I first got here, this thing never really messed with me until one day I was here by myself and it let me know it was here. But now, here's what I'm getting at. There's nobody here now but me. Look, dude, this thing wants me to know that it's in this house with me.
Oh, shit.
Dude, it materializes sometimes. It's so big, man. It is huge. It materialized in that hallway. It was as wide as the freaking hallway, and it didn't have a head.
Black shadow.
Like a big black shadow. Hell yeah, with some huge shoulders. The shoulders were so big they looked like the tires on my truck. And my tires are 16-inch heavy duty Chevy tires, and it was that big.
When I saw on the internet that came out that dude's mirror, this motherfucker was big and buff, like damn.
Yeah, this dude, it was buff. I'm telling you, it was buff like a strong ass warrior, right? And I was looking at the dude, I was looking at it, I was saying, what the? And it didn't have a head, and it just was there, and it floated right through the ceiling. And I said, okay, here go this shit again. All right, now watch. Let me tell you what it's doing. What it does is this, man. It walks around over my bedroom. Now, over my bedroom is the rafters. There's nothing up there. There's no people that live upstairs. This thing is too heavy to be a raccoon or something like that. Not to mention the fact that it can't be a raccoon, because this man who owns this property, if it was some raccoons in the attic, he would have took his ass up there and did something about it, because his ass be diligent, you understand, about, you know what I mean, keeping the place up, right? So here's my deal, yo. This thing has become so powerful now that it opens the door. It shakes the door. I shut the door next door in the bedroom next door. At first I thought it was the wind, right? So I said, okay, maybe that's the wind doing that. I closed the window in that room and it still shakes the door.
Wow.
I mean, it shakes the door. The door be shut on the hinges and you hear the door rattle like, you know how the door would rattle if somebody was shaking on the door trying to get in, but it was locked?
Yeah.
I can hear that. Okay, check this out. Man, I swear I'm not lying to you. When I get in the bathtub, that thing be standing in the hallway watching me take a bath, man.
Wow.
I can feel it. It makes the hair stand up on my shoulders. But this is what's funny.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, that's it. Yeah, when you feel that, spirit in the room.
Yes, it makes the hair, because your hair is antennas. Your hair is antennas.
If the light starts dimming a little bit.
Man, the light's always dim in this house, all the time.
That's the spiritual energy going through the light frequency.
I tell people that's how they move. They move through electronics. I tell people that all the time. This is an electromagnetic spirit, and they can use electricity to move.
Doing that, you know there's a spirit in the room when your light starts flickering.
I tell people that all the time. I say this thing works on the electromagnetic spectrum. It can move through appliances and cars and trucks.
And then you feel the presence too.
Yes.
The hair should stand up or something when you feel that light flicker. You can always feel the presence when your hair stands up. You know the spirit in the room.
Do you know why? Let me tell you why. Because your hair are little antennas.
Yeah, it's like an electricity thing, you know.
Right. They pick up all type of waves. They pick up gamma waves. They pick up electromagnetic waves. They pick up sunlight waves. Your hair makes an observation of your environment and sends that information to your thought center, which is your brain and your heart.
You just have to talk to that motherfucker and tell us, hey man, either you with me or your ass ain't.
Oh, it's with me. It's with me. The thing that, listen, it's with me. It ain't did nothing to me itself of set my senses off and make me be feared, because I've been taught that you're supposed to be afraid.
Say to the shit like, say do shit like, well, look, I know you didn't like the white people used to live here, but I'm here now by myself.
No, them white people was cool. I don't think he had a problem with them. He used to drain energy from that girl, but he never hurt her. And I know this personification in this house is male. Now, because when they was all here together, it was a female personification that was hers.
Yeah, okay.
It was the girl, Danielle's, because when she left, that female personification left too.
Right, okay.
And see, I know that because I could feel that she's gone. But the energy that's still left in this house right now is male.
It's mad energy, though.
Powerful.
Yeah.
Now look, let me tell you something, man. One night when I was here, I had a bad. I told Mike about this the next morning. I had a bad dream, man, and this dream was stirring up inside of me so tough, dude. It was like I was battling in my dream, right? So now listen, man. I swear this is no lie, yo. Okay, I felt something push out of my back. Just like I could feel energy come into me, I could feel energy leave me. All right. Now listen to me, man. I swear this is the truth. I felt something push out of my back. Man, let me explain to you what I think went on, man. It's going to trip you out when I tell you this. It's so stupid, man, but I swear this is what I really believe happened, man. I believe that two guys had a fight inside of my body. Listen to me, dude. Listen to what I'm saying to you. This battle was so fierce, man. I was asleep and they was throwing down. I mean, they were throwing down. You hear me, yo? Now, when I felt something pushing out of my back, it woke me up. Because the intensity of it was so powerful, dude, that I came out of the dream. And when I came out of the dream, I was laying in the bed with my eyes open, but I could feel this energy force coming out of my back, right? And when it came out of my back, dude, it just stood there. And I could feel it. I knew it had left my body and materialized in this world and was just standing behind me. And dude, check this out. I swear to you, Sancho, I'm not lying to you, because I told Mike and Danielle about it the next day. I turned around, man, because I wanted to look at it, but I was kind of afraid. But my heart wanted to see it because I knew it was something great. I knew it was something great, and I just had to look at it. And even though I was afraid to look, I just had to look. I was so curious that I had to look. Listen to me, bruh. I turned my head around and looked into the face of God. I swear I'm not lying to you. Listen, man. It was Amun-Ra itself, man. I'm not lying to you. Eyes were so red, man. They were so red, and he was so angry. He was so freaking angry, dude. He looked at me with these really red eyes, man. They were so red. They looked like balls of fire. And he looked at me, and I looked right in his face, man. And it was the most handsome, beautiful man I have ever saw. I have never, man, I swear, when I looked into the face of this deity, man, the only thing I could think to myself was, oh, man, I wish I was that beautiful. That's the only thing I could think. And he was just beautiful, man. I'm not lying to you, man. Just so beautiful, man. Just gorgeous, right? And I was looking into the face of this black man, and I was looking at him, and he looked like he was upset, angry, just really pissed off. And when I was looking at him, man, I just was looking at him, and he was looking at me, and I was looking at him, he was looking at me, and then he just vanished. But when he vanished, he left as if he had been kicked out. I swear to you, man, he left as if he was upset because he had been kicked out. And I could feel another spiritual energy inside of me, and it was sitting there with content like, now I'm running things.
Wow.
Now listen, man, I believe that my characteristic of my choice of Asar, because it was what I picked, the attributes of the gods that I wanted to be, after I read all the books, all right, and my personification of female deity just happened to become a set. Just because of reading the books and finding out how powerful she was, I picked her.
Right.
But you know, for a long time, I did not call myself Asar, did I?
No, you did.
You know that, right? But this is what happened. When I started reading Asar's Resurrection and started feeling the energy that surged through my body when I started reading about this God, it was like, wow. You know, I just could not believe the stories that I was reading. They used to really intensify me and make my energy inside my body make me feel so great that when I go in the world and people with their racism and their bullshit try to attack me, I'll be looking at them like, you need to go read, okay, because I'm finding out who I am. So that stuff don't work on me anymore. But my whole point is that after I woke up and saw Amon-Ra in my room with me, and then prior to that, I saw Yeshua once in my room with me, sitting on the bed talking to me. But after seeing Amon-Ra, I swear to you, dude, I understood the whole strength behind the reason for me wanting to claim the name of Asar, because I didn't pick that because of ego. That name was given to me. I told you this son told me to call myself that. Didn't I tell you that?
Yeah.
You remember when I came up y'all and told you, I said, hey, son, Charles, you know what, man? I was talking to the son. You remember I told you that, didn't I, dude?
Yeah. Well, the story you just told sounds like why the white people would say that the devil is black, because they've seen what you've seen.
Yes.
And that nigga was mad because he's the oarsman on the boat.
Right.
You know, for them white people.
Right.
Shit, right. So
Right.
Amon-Ra was like, damn, Cameo, you was my nigga, man. I wanted you to ride with me on the boat to take these white people to hell.
Right. That's what. But see, it's.
But Asar was like, no, I need Cameo right now. He's going with me to take Ra's children back to heaven.
That's right. Now you see it, my man. You see it. Yes, you see it. Yes, you see it. You see it, man. And see, I try to tell people that, and they don't understand that. I say, listen, man, these gods, they have problems with each other about who's going to control individuals.
Hey, look, Amon-Ra says he is taking the white people to hell. That's why he was pissed off. He was like, man, this shit was going to be fun.
I swear to you, man, I swear, you just interpreted it just the way I saw it. I saw it as if Amon-Ra had a job that I was supposed to do on that side, but I chose to do Asar's work, and it made him get mad.
In the Revelation in the Bible, they describe Amon-Ra. They tell you when he didn't go down, they said, the Lord has flaming fire. His hair and wool, eyes like a flaming fire.
That was him.
Then it talks about his skin being burned to brass. As if
Oh, man, black, so black, man. So black, so beautiful. You would not believe.
You gotta be scared to death of that shit, because I know when they have dreams, I know Amon-Ra let them see them in dreams. They're like, oh, shit, the devil is the black. So they really think that we are the devil, the black man, or the Egyptians were the real gods like Lucifer and all this, you know, when it goes into all their mythology about hell and everything. But black people don't even know all this shit. White people got a whole mythology about hell.
Well, see, the word Hellenism is the Greek word for hell in them. They actually gave themselves that name. Hellenism is a name that describes white people. If you won't find it in the dictionary, but it's an existent. Hellenism is a Greek fraternity in most of the colleges.
Yeah.
So they know the hell on earth. The name Helen of Troy, that means hell in. Now I had a woman named Helen once, and let me tell you something. After the experience with that woman, I ain't never gonna be trying to have a woman named Helen again.
Yeah, the broad name Helen.
And that bitch lived up to the name too. Let me tell you.
She lived up to the name.
Lived up to the name. But now listen to this. Back to these deities that's in my house. These black orbs that fly around in here, they really, really get at me sometimes, man. Because you know what, dude? They just pop up out of nowhere. And there's white ones too. There's white ones, and they be real little, and then the black ones be the same size as the white ones. But when I sit here and have a real good thought in my head, and they give me confirmation that that was a good thought, because as soon as I have that thought, an orb will pop up right in my face. Beep. Like, good thought. Now, the black ones is where I got Black Dot from. Because the orbs that I see flying around in my room, I look at those things as if they're 100% pure potential, right? That's the reason why I tell people they gonna get a black dot up their ass, you know.
They do refer to God, especially Jesus in the Bible, as He, right?
Right.
Him. I know they use the word Him, but they use He too, right?
Right.
Like that song, He Lives,
right,
or He Is, or whatever. They will use the word He a lot. My point is, okay, if His name is El, right, and another male personification of God, E-L, His name is El, and then if you put the word He in front of that, you're getting hell again almost, so you're getting healed.
Right.
So there's some hell going on with that word El, and then
H-E-L-L. Well, the word hell itself is a conceptualization of a mental existence, all right? Because let me explain to you what I mean. You remember when I told you my car flipped over on that road that night?
Yeah.
Now, you know we have 7 dimensions, right?
Right.
Okay, listen, man. Is there? Do you think there's a possibility that there's two things could have went on that road that night? Like for instance, could I have left one dimension and actually died in that car crash, as to where there was one channel where everybody know I died. We all went to a funeral. There's all replicas of everything in this dimension. I mean, that means that everything that's in this dimension that I'm in right now was in the dimension that I left. So there's people in that other dimension that remember the crash. They know I had a funeral. They're going to go through the rest of their lives knowing that I died up on that road. But now all that don't have nothing to do with me, because when I moved into this other dimension that I'm in, everything that was in that other dimension was here for me. So I made my transformation or my transition into another dimension. Everything seemed like nothing happened on that road, because I'm looking in my car saying, why ain't it dented up? Why ain't I dead? Well, that's the way the conceptualization of heaven and hell works. Because maybe I did die in another dimension. But in this dimension right here, I did not. So I got everything in this dimension that was in the other dimension itself. In this dimension, I got a different conceptualization of things.
Okay.
Do you see what I'm saying on that?
Yeah, you actually remember the point where you actually walked into the dimension.
That's what I'm saying to you. That's what the launching.
Because I thought I had the same experience one time. Just life was so hellish. It was almost like a near-death experience, and then all of a sudden I realized that I had walked into some kind of parallel universe, and everything started happening differently.
That's right. That's what people need to see. Because to prove to you that it's true, how come today?
My own experience led me to the sun, though. From that point on, it's pretty much, and it took about 15 years to get to the sun to find out that that's what I was searching for.
Well, see, that's what it's all about. That's what the experiences are about, is to lead you back to your God self.
Yeah.
I don't care if you say 15 years, even after that 15 years, when you do get on track of getting back to your God self, you probably still got another 15 million years before you can actually have all the experience to return to your 100% God energy.
Man, the sun is out beaming, and this beautiful, this thick cloud spread out. You can see the blue sky.
It ain't like that here.
Check this out. It's one big cloud that just went sat in front of the sun.
Right after you said that, huh?
With a blue sky, dude, one big cloud went sat in front of the sun. God, you know, the sun. Okay.
Well, it's been raining like hell up here.
Something we're supposed to be more focused on, but I can't figure it out. It's like, what, man? We're down here. What else can we do down here on the ground?
It's real simple. Let me help you with that. Let me answer that for you. See, you didn't pop up here on Earth just to be here. You were sent here to repair the Earth. The only thing that everybody on the Earth should be trying to focus on is the eradication of starvation, poverty, oppression, evil. The replacement of all divine actions is what everyone has been sent here to this Earth to do, to recalibrate the Earth to a God calibration. The problem is that the Earth has all kind of enticing side attractions that people could get here and forget about why they were sent here. Let me tell you why you were sent here to this Earth. You were sent here to this Earth to make this Earth a place of luxury and education for the women on this Earth. Because if you can use all your energy on this Earth to make the Earth a place of luxury and knowledge for the queen of this Earth, which is the women, you will be blessed. And the women will be blessed because they will have no other choice but to return to their seat of greatness. And their seat of greatness will give them the time and the privilege necessary to get information from the sun on how to raise their children. So we can change the world by changing our women. When we change our women, where she can sit home and talk to the sun and grow plants and do her magic again and educate her son to grow up and know that a woman is great, and you don't look at her as she's a bitch, and you should not trample over flowers that you don't have to, and no, don't cut down all the trees, and don't shoot a fly just because you ain't got nothing else to do. Don't be cruel to nature. See, those are the knowledges that the women were teaching to the son. So when the son grew up, he knew how to treat his wife right, and all this stuff right there only perpetuates a society based on divine principles.
Right.
We live in a world now where we pimp the women.
Yeah.
The Muslims right now over in the Sudan, is raping the women and freaking enslaving them too. In other words, how you gonna make somebody work all day and then at nighttime you want to jump up and down on top of them? You see this type of cruelty this white man is doing all over the planet?